Hey guys, Trevor with Precision Personal Training again. Today I want to chat about the deadlift and some dysfunctions that typically occur when we're trying to reach towards that peak deadlift. And we'll also demonstrate a handful of exercises to help overcome those dysfunctions. So a lot of times, a few things that we see with our deadlift. The first thing actually I see a lot is pronation. So that's where our feet tend to roll towards the inside, and a lot of times you also see your knees kind of follow that. So I'll try to demonstrate a clean deadlift for you. Coming up, glutes squeeze together, dropping back down, my rib cage is pulled together, spreading the floor with your feet. When we see that dysfunction happen, weight comes to the insides of our feet, and we struggle a little bit more not to get that glute activation. Another thing we see is the back breaking. So if we don't have sufficient core strength in these extended ranges, we'll break our back and then try to struggle through that deadlift and then overextend. We don't want that. In a deadlift, we want all of that load going to your glutes, shoulders back, pick straight up, and right back down. If we're lifting here, that load's going here. We want it straight, so the load goes right here. So outside of the back breaking, sometimes what we see too is the lack of that glute activation. So we need to coordinate that core coming together and our glutes firing together in order to lift straight up. Now, a lot of times we see that break where those hamstrings will extend without that glute or core activation, and then we try to lift through. Now that's another exercise. There is that stiff leg deadlift, but our traditional deadlift here is what we're focusing on today. So with that first dysfunction that we talked about, with that pronation of the feet, that's again when the foot kind of rolls towards the inside. A lot of times you see that knee follow. I have two exercises here for today to help correct that. So we're going to use this resistance band. I just have it around a pole over here. And I'm going to step inside the band, putting this band across my heel underneath the ankle. Make sure it's underneath the ankle and then over the top of my feet. And you can stretch this out as far as you like. And what you're going to feel initially is that foot actually rolling to the inside, that pronation. What we want is to activate those muscles to roll towards the outside so we have nice tracking. And then our two exercises you can play with is the tip and balance. So you might see my foot trying to find that stability. I'm just going to tap down, pull up, knee comes as high as I can bring it, and right back down. Touch. And that second exercise of this series, I'm going to do a lunge. So I'm just going to bring my other leg back here, still having that same activation, not allowing my foot to roll towards the inside. Activate my glutes as well to pull that knee up. And I'm going to lunge straight down and right back up. So our second dysfunction was that break in the back, so we had that back kind of round from the beginning of that lift. So this is going to be extended range core strength. I want a nice straight back, and we're going to use the stability ball and just roll out. So tuck your hips, rib cages together, chin is back, rolling out. Nice straight back, hold, woo, and bring her back in. Variation for that exercise if that's too much strain on the lower back, because it is a challenging exercise. Same thing from your knees. Same position, tuck, hips, chin back, strong tummy, roll forward, and right back in. Squat back into it, drive out. So with our third and last dysfunction, it was the glute activation. So remember before when I was doing the deadlifts, and my legs would straighten out before I could activate my glutes. This guy's a great one for that. Just a traditional bridge. I like to load this one though with a resistance band. That way you get the greatest activation at the top of the range of motion. Grab it onto those dumbbells just to hold the band across. My head is resting, my rib cage is pulled together, hips are tucked. And then again, we're gonna lift and drop down. Lift and drop down. Think about squeezing those glutes together as tight as you can at the top of that ranges. Right down.